What if you could wake up every morning, hear the ocean, breathe in fresh sea air, and live a good life while spending less money than you do now? Not a vacation, but real everyday life in retirement. For a lot of retirees in Europe, this is already real. So today, I'm going to show you 15 coastal cities in Europe where you can retire on a real budget. Number 1. Faro, Portugal. If you have not seriously looked at Portugal for retirement, you are sleeping on one of the best opportunities in the world right now. Faro is the capital of the Algarve region in southern Portugal, and it sits right on the coast with access to some of the most beautiful beaches in all of Europe. The old town has this quiet, charming feel with cobblestone streets, historic churches, and a relaxed pace of life that is very different from rushing around in a big city. The cost of living here is genuinely low by Western European standards. A retired couple can live comfortably on roughly 1,500 to 2,000 euros per month, including rent. Just remember that the numbers in this video are not guarantees. They are only meant to show what is possible. In Faro, the groceries are affordable, and local restaurants, especially the smaller family-run spots, offer full meals at very reasonable prices. Portugal also has favorable tax treatment for foreign residents through residency programs that have attracted retirees from all over the world. The weather in Faro is excellent too, with over 300 days of sunshine per year. That alone is worth something. Number 2 is Setúbal, Portugal. Still in Portugal, but less talked about than places like Lisbon or Porto. Setúbal is a coastal city south of Lisbon, and it sits near the Arrábida Natural Park, which has some of the most stunning turquoise water you will ever see in Europe. And I mean that seriously. It does not look like it belongs in Europe. The city itself has a real local feel. It has not been taken over by tourism, so prices are lower and the experience is more authentic. Rent here is noticeably cheaper than in Lisbon, and the quality of life is very high. So if you want access to nature, ocean, and a real Portuguese community without paying tourist area prices, Setúbal is a serious option. Number 3 is Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, Spain. The legendary Canary Islands are part of Spain, and they sit just off the coast of Africa, which means the weather is warm, basically all year round. Las Palmas is the largest city in the Canary Islands, and it has a real urban vibe while still being a coastal destination. The city has a long beach right in the middle of it, named Playa de las Canteras, which is one of the best urban beaches in Europe. The cost of living is lower than in mainland Spain, especially for groceries and local food, and the healthcare system is strong and accessible. Warm weather year-round, ocean access, and a real city with things to do is the package that Las Palmas offers. Number 4 is Torrevieja, Spain. This is one of the most popular destinations for budget-conscious retirees in all of Europe, and for good reason. Torrevieja is a small city by the sea on Spain's sunny coast, and it has one of the most established expat communities in the country. Property prices here are among the lowest on the Spanish coast, and rental costs are very manageable. The city also has salt lakes nearby that are good for your health. The weather is warm most of the year, and the local infrastructure has adapted to international residents, so getting by is easy even without perfect Spanish. Number 5 is Alicante, Spain. Just up the coast from Torrevieja, Alicante is a bigger city with more energy and more amenities. It has a beautiful castle overlooking the city, a long promenade along the waterfront, and a very lively local culture. The cost of living is still very reasonable compared to Northern European countries, and the city has good transport connections, including an international airport. So if you want a bit more city life mixed with coastal beauty, Alicante hits a very good balance. Number 6 is Paphos, Cyprus. Cyprus is an island in the Eastern Mediterranean, And Paphos is one of its most popular coastal cities. It has a long history going back thousands of years, and there are actual ancient ruins right in the city. The weather is warm and sunny for most of the year, and English is very widely spoken across Cyprus, which makes the transition much easier if you do not speak Greek. The cost of living in Paphos is moderate, but still significantly lower than most of Western Europe. Healthcare standards are decent, and the island lifestyle is genuinely peaceful. Besides all, Cyprus also makes it relatively easy to get residency if you have a stable income. Number 7 is Limassol, Cyprus. Also in Cyprus, Limassol is the second largest city in the country and has a slightly more international atmosphere than Paphos. It has a modern marina where boats and yachts are kept, a long beachfront, and a good restaurant and cafe scene. It attracts a diverse international crowd, which makes it much easier to meet other retirees from different backgrounds. Living in Limassol costs a little more than in Paphos, but it is still reasonably priced. So if you want more of a city feel while still living on the Mediterranean coast, Limassol works well. Number 8 is Budva, Montenegro. And here is where things start to get really interesting. Montenegro is a small country on the Adriatic Sea, and Budva is its most well-known coastal city. The old town of Budva is stunning. It is a walled medieval city sitting right on the water. The views are incredible, and the cost of living is very low. Montenegro uses the euro but is not in the European Union, and prices reflect that. Rent is significantly lower than in Western Europe, and the food is affordable. Budva is one of my absolute favorites on this list, and perfect for you if you are an adventurous type who wants dramatic scenery, old town charm, and very low costs. Number 9 is Kotor, Montenegro. If Budva does not grab you, Kotor might. It is another coastal city in Montenegro, located at the end of a long bay, surrounded by hills. The old town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which tells you something about how special it is. Kotor is smaller and more intimate than Budva, and some prefer that quieter atmosphere. The mountains that surround the bay create an extraordinary visual backdrop, and costs here are similar to Budva, very low by Western European standards. The challenge with both Montenegrin cities is that healthcare infrastructure is still developing, so some residents use international health insurance to cover the gaps. Number 10 is Thessaloniki, Greece. Greece gets a lot of attention for its islands, but mainland coastal cities like Thessaloniki deserve more recognition for retirement. Thessaloniki is Greece's second largest city and sits in the north of the country. It has a massive food culture and is actually considered one of the best food cities in all of Greece. You can eat a lot of grilled fish, beans, fresh vegetables, and local salads, and the cost of living is noticeably lower than in Athens. Rent is affordable, local markets are great, and the city has a real energy. So, overall, Thessaloniki is a great choice for retirees who want good food, city life, and lower costs. Number 11 is Patras, Greece. This is another underrated Greek coastal city. Patras is the third largest city in Greece, and it sits on the western coast of the Peloponnese. It has a port feel, a relaxed pace, and very low costs compared to more tourist-heavy Greek destinations. It also has a vibrant local culture, especially during carnival season, which is one of the biggest in Europe. The city has everything you need for daily life, while still feeling much more local than Greece's famous island destinations. Number 12 is Varna, Bulgaria. Bulgaria is one of the most affordable countries in all of Europe, and Varna is its main coastal city on the Black Sea. The Black Sea is not the Mediterranean, but Varna has a beautiful coastline, warm summers, and a genuine beach culture. The city itself is quite large with good infrastructure, a university, and a vibrant local scene. Healthcare in Bulgaria has been improving, and the overall cost of living is extremely low. Monthly costs for a single retiree can be well under 1,000 euros, including rent in many cases. And that is a very powerful number. Also, Bulgaria is in the European Union, which adds some stability and legal protections if you are an EU citizen. Number 13 is Burgas, Bulgaria. Also, on Bulgaria's Black Sea coast, Burgas is a quieter alternative to Varna. It sits between several lakes and the sea, creating an interesting natural environment. The city is smaller and has lower costs even compared to Varna. Burgas also has salt lakes to explore, where you can sometimes even see flamingos. Life here overall moves at a slower pace, which a lot of residents enjoy. And unlike many Black Sea destinations, Burgas feels more like a real working city than a tourist resort. Number 14 is Rijeka, Croatia. Croatia has become very well known for retirement in recent years, but most of the attention goes to Dubrovnik or Split. Rijeka is different. It is Croatia's main port city in the north, on the Kvarner Bay, and it has a raw, authentic energy. Costs are lower than in Split or Dubrovnik, and the surrounding area includes beautiful islands that are easily accessible by ferry. The Croatian coast is genuinely stunning, and Rijeka gives you access to that beauty without paying the premium price. Croatia also joined the Schengen area, which means easier travel between many European countries without border checks, and adopted the euro, making life more practical day to day. Rijeka is one of the examples why I always tell people to look beyond the famous destinations. And number 15 is Split, Croatia. I know I just said most of the attention goes to Split, but it still earns its place on this list. The city is built around and inside a 1,700-year-old Roman palace, and locals literally live and run businesses inside the walls of this ancient structure. It is extraordinary. The coast is beautiful. The ferry connections to nearby islands are excellent, and the lifestyle is very good. Split is more expensive than Rijeka, but still very reasonable compared to most Western European coastal cities. It has grown massively as a destination and has a strong infrastructure for international residents. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe, join the Ultimate Budget Squad, and become part of a community looking for smarter ways to live well without spending a fortune. Flex hard, spend smart.